In a moment, though, there'll be a moment where I ask all these photographers to hold the photographs for a minute. There are going to be plenty of moments for you to take lots and lots of photographs, but before we get there, I want everybody's attention and I want to create an experience for each and every one of you as you sat there at your own tables, and I think we're doing pretty good so far. I need you to have your hands free for a moment, so put down your glasses or whatever else you might have in your hands, except you can keep holding onto the kids. That's important. Good. And I want everybody to take your hands like this and look at your palms. And look at the edge of your palm. There's a line that separates your hand from your arm. I want you to line those up so that you create like the flower if you hold your hands up like this. Go ahead and hold your hands up and put your fingers together. And if you look at the tips of your middle fingers, just the tips of your longest fingers, most of you will have one hand where the middle finger goes a little bit higher than the other hand. One hand that's just a little bit bigger. Some people a lot bigger. I'm actually quite asymmetrical, but some of you will be more symmetrical than others, and I'll tell you what to do with that in a minute. But focus on which hand is the smaller hand. Whichever hand the middle finger doesn't go up as much, I want you to focus on that hand like this. So just look at the smaller hand. And for the rest of my show, I'm going to have you suspend disbelief, but actually more than that, I want you to just take a moment to believe that weird things are possible. And for now, I want you to believe that you have the power of mind over matter, the power to actually change the hand that you're staring at. I want you to imagine stretching those fingers up to the ceiling. In a moment, I will count to 3. I will say 1, 2, 3, and then I will have you all say with me, grow, grow, grow! Just like that, while staring at your hand. And I want you to imagine in that instance that your hand grows a few millimeters or inches or as long as you'd like to go. So stare at the hand. I'll count to 3. We'll all say grow, grow, grow together. 1, 2, 3. Grow, grow, grow! And now I know you're not going to really believe this is possible, but many of you will have an experience. Take your hands, line them up again, put them together. If you look at mine, I have gone a few millimeters. My smaller hand is now the bigger. Give yourselves a round of applause if you have changed the size of your own hand. Raise your hand so we know that you did it. All right, there's at least somebody at every table who had that experience. Those are my believers. Would you like to try another one of these weird things? We're going to do one more. For this, I want you just to imagine that your index fingers, your pointer fingers, your first fingers are magnetic. They want to stick to each other. And begin by holding your hands locked together like this. And then attempt to hold those fingers about 1 inch apart, but stare at the space between them, and you will find as you relax, the fingers just want to go together. Like those magnets are getting stronger and stronger, pushing your fingers together. Know that it's very easy for you to influence your own body with your mind, and that essentially is called suggestion, and that's what hypnosis is. Now, I'm not going to do any hypnosis tonight in the deeper sense. You see, I have 4 chairs. I'm not going to have anybody come up here and cluck like a dog or bark like a chicken, but I am going to read thoughts. And I've met many of you before I came up here and I read your thoughts, but I'm going to make it harder because I'm going to be blindfolded. In order to be blindfolded, I need someone to help me become blindfolded. And I would like to have somebody who can help me who is medically trained in some way. So if there's a doctor in the house, raise your hand. What is his medical training? He's a dentist. I guess that's okay. And through that, I'm going to have 4 other people come up and sit in these chairs. The 4 people I've decided on tonight, with help of the bride, are the bride and groom themselves. Give them a big round of applause as they join us on stage. Be careful as you go over the stairs there. The bride's brother, give him a round of applause, because he's dreading coming on stage. And the bride's boss. Give him a round of applause as he joins us on stage. Now, I know that you want to sit right next to each other, and you're inclined to do that because you got married. But for this last moment, I'll ask you to move right there. I'll have the brother come over and sit over here. And finally, come on over. We'll put the boss between the bride and groom. Now, in a moment, when I tell you to, you two, the bride and groom, are going to draw a picture. I want you to focus on drawing something that you love about each other. Something you can make visual that you love about each other. Now, don't do it yet. You gotta wait till Christoph blindfolds me, and I want to put this in your lap because that's a permanent marker and that's a very white dress. And so what's gonna happen is you're gonna draw a picture. After I'm blindfolded, I'll say, draw your picture now. And these two gentlemen, I want you guys to look in your pockets and find some personal item, something that, not yet, don't take it out yet. Wait till I'm blindfolded so that I can't see what you got. Christoph! Yeah. Blindfold. Small box. Inside the small box, I have 2 coins. These are silver coins from actually a long time ago. They're my grandmother's. They're from 1899. They are known as Morgan silver dollars. They're pretty, they're solid silver, and you can't see through them, and I want you to check that out. Make sure they don't fold up, they don't have holes in them, there's no plasma screens or Wi-Fi involved, and they're just basically coins. While he's doing that, I want everybody else to do this. Close one of your eyes. Take your finger and don't stick it in your eye, but stick it on top of your eyelid. Now, with very little pressure, putting your finger on your eyelid causes it so you can't open your eye. Understanding that will be important in a moment. You can take your fingers out of your eye now. Are the coins okay? Yes. Yes! Fantastic! This is gaff tape. I looked for surgical tape, but I couldn't find it this size. So would you put a piece right in the middle? Just stick that coin right in the middle of the tape. Perfect. The coin goes over my right eye. That was a great reaction. Thank you.
Poor eyebrows.
I'm like a really weird pirate at this point. I like when I do weddings because I get to wear the perfect James Bond villain outfit, and this looks even more appropriate. Second, now after I get this on, there's 3 more pieces. There's 2 large ones and 1 tiny one, and I'll have to have you hand me those. And then after we do that, you'll hand me the blindfold, and then you'll be the guy manning the tray. In fact, before we get there, step back a bit. And I'll explain as we go. Second, coin goes over the eye. Ladies, if you ever really need to get rid of some blackheads, this is a great way. It's perfect for skin. Christoph, please hand me the next piece of tape. Big one. Yes, the big one. Perfect. Sticky side up is perfect. Now you understand why I picked a doctor. It's like, I need to have somebody with a big piece. Now the important part is that I make sure that my mustache is still there. I need that. It's like a trademark, Now, before we go further with the blindfold, I want you, Christoph, just to feel it, make sure there's no listening devices or anything stuck in the blindfold, because people are going to think that. I'm going to take off the Apple Watch. Would you put that in the same box that the coins came out of? And then one last thing, is the blindfold okay? And there's no, I don't know what people think, but they think things are stuck inside of it. Oh, the little one, sorry. That's just so that people who think it goes up my nose. I can see through my nose or something. All right, now, last piece, please. Yeah, there you go. I'm a little worried because Christoph seems to be having too much fun. Okay, now before, and he's saying stuff in another language. Was that German? What was that? Swiss German, okay. Christoph, would you do me a favor? Look in my ear. This is the other reason I pick a doctor. Oh wow, he really looks, okay. There's nothing in there, like no weird, it's pretty clean, thanks. And then the other one, look in the other ear. Okay, now that I am securely blindfolded, I would like the gentleman to take out a personal object of some form. And Christoph, is there enough space without falling to your death that you can walk around with that tray? I would like you to go to the first gentleman here, who I believe, I can't actually remember, I think that's her brother, and have him put his object on the tray. And then Christoph, would you come stand to my left once you've done that? And just hold the tray underneath my hands. Is the object closer to my right hand or my left hand? In the middle. So hold it under my left hand so we can kind of do that. Okay. It's a small object. There's some metal and some plastic involved. Brother, would you come stand right next to me and just put my hand on your shoulder, please, on your left shoulder. That works too. I want you to concentrate on what that thing is that you put on the tray. Good. This is an electronic device. This is something you use, I believe, to. Oh, it's a key. Yes. Does that make sense? Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna say it's a car opening thing, like. Boop, boop. It's black in color. Is that right? It opens your car. You're a little distracted though. You're a little distracted. As I'm sitting here, you're still going through, you've got a song in your head, is that correct? Like an earworm. Now I want you to try to think of that song now. Start to form in your mind. And bride and groom, once you're ready, go ahead and draw your picture. Just do the chorus for me in your head. Do. Does that make sense? Do. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. It is an 80s song. You went for 80s, not 90s. This would be Billie Jean's not my lover. She's just a child. Yeah, is that right?
Yes.
Give him a big round of applause. Woo! Christoph, if they are done with one of the drawings, would you please have them put the drawing on the tray? I'm not getting anything. That's because it's not there. Well, weird. Was it upside down before? Is that what happened? Is that what you just did? You turned it over? Yes, Christoph? Yes? That's cool. It came in clear, like a photograph developing. This would be the groom's drawing, correct?
Correct.
Cool. Nobody cares. Okay. It's just a person. Yes?
Yes.
I think he was like, I can't think of anything in particular. I just love her so much. So what I love most about her is that she's her, and I just love her and everything about her. Matthias, is that about right? You just drew her, yes?
It is her, yes.
You're really not going to agree with that? Is there something else about it I should have picked up on? No. Okay, we can debate this later. Give Matthias a big round of applause. So that there we go, yeah. Is he joking with me? Is there anything there? Is your object really, really, really small? Yes, okay. Does it in fact belong to someone else?
Yes.
Not your energy coming through. This is an object of a lady. It's a metallic object, it's a tiny object. It's not a piece of jewelry. It's more of a low-cost piece of metal. This may be a painted piece of brass or copper or something like that. Maybe not even that Nice. No, it's nothing to do with being nice. You in fact put a hairpin on the tray, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes? Fantastic! No, wait. You're thinking of a song too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying not to dance.
You can dance all you want, this crowd would love it. Just let it go in your head. Oh, this is good. This is very good. Also, would be one of those like questioning whether it was appropriate for the event type of things, but it is appropriate because if I'm right about this, the person who sang it wore a wedding dress in the music video. I believe that the song you've got going on is Like a Virgin, touched for the very first time. Yes? Give that man a round of applause for being brave and bold. And finally, we have the bride. It's going to be cumbersome for her to get up, so Christoph, would you please go over and put the drawing on the tray for her? And then very carefully, all right, I'm going to, just to make sure I get, okay, this is the dangerous part. This is why I ask people to put my hand on their shoulder, because if I go for it, I don't want to make a mistake. So would you please put my right hand on your left shoulder so I know where you are and I can get a sense of you? And while we're doing that, would you hold the drawing up for the audio to see? Don't say anything, guys. Just look at it and think of that object, whatever she's drawn. Okay, that's a weird vibe. So when I put my hand over there, all I got was like fur. And I was like, oh, I hope this doesn't go in a weird place. But there's like something furry or fuzzy, or maybe it's just warm, fuzzy feelings. Does that make sense? Yes? Yes? Did you draw an animal of some form? No, this isn't his pet, is it? No. There's something else. There's another story here. This is an experience you had or something?
Yes.
Yeah? You went on a holiday with him?
No.
Something like that? This would be a symbol of another place, though.
Yes.
Yeah, it's some kind of a bear.
Yes.
Yeah? I'm getting... my first inclination, because we are in Hong Kong, was that was a panda bear, but it's not a panda bear, is it?
No.
This would be in Australia. You've drawn a picture of a koala bear. And I believe your koala bear has got eucalyptus plants and trees around it, and it's very happy, and there's something that I don't want to know exactly what it is that connects two of you between a koala bear, but I think it's very cute. Now, before you go, just because they're going to ask, make sure it's all sealed up around my head there.
Yeah.
Nothing weird.
No.
Okay. And I'm going to take that off. Everyone, please give the bride, the groom, her brother, and her boss a big round of applause for joining me here upstage.